Good morning. My name is Stacy Wood. I'm a Public Information Officer with Buncombe County Government, and this is your December 19th community briefing, the last one that we will have before the holidays coming up next week. So today we have the City of Asheville City Manager Deborah Campbell with us, and we also have Mountain BizWorks with us as well to provide updates. So speaking of holidays, we'll start with some holiday closure information. Buncombe County government offices will be closed December 24th through the 26th, and then again on January 1st for the winter holidays. The county remains under a state of emergencies, and some services like community care stations, debris collection, and solid waste will have altered hours. Community care stations and the One Buncombe Call Center will be closed December 24th, 25th, 26th, and then again on January 1st, 2025. The FEMA Disaster Recovery Center at the Asheville Mall will close at noon on Tuesday, December 24th, and will be closed December 25th and 26th, and then again on January 1st. Buncombe County Sports Park and Lake Julian Park are closed December 24th and 25th, and then again on January 1st. All other parks remain open. Outside of the holiday closure, please only use park facilities that are officially open. Open parks are Bent Creek River Park, Cane Creek Playground, Korakin Page River Park, Hominy Valley Park, North Buncombe Fields, Lake Julian Park, and Buncombe County Sports Park. Private property debris removal intake centers will be closed on December 24th, 25th, December 31st, and January 1st. Waste Pro will be closed, and there will be no trash or recycling pickup on December 25th. Collection will be on a one-day delay, with Wednesday collection on Thursday. Thursday will move to Friday, and then Friday will be bumped to Saturday. Waste Pro's contract with Buncombe County ends on January 1st, 2025, and there will be no collection on that day. However, FCC will continue with collection on January 2nd on a one-day delay. For a full list of closures, visit buncombecounty.org. Now some updates on storm debris removal. As of today, December 19th, 563,299 million cubic yards of debris have been removed from the public right-of-way in Buncombe County, Black Mountain, and in the city of Asheville. As a reminder for right-of-way pickup, please separate your debris and place them within 10 feet of the right-of-way, but away from low-hanging power lines, so trucks are able to pick up debris safely. For private property debris removal, that involves entry to your private property in order to remove, there are options available. The private property debris removal program is for property owners who cannot take their debris to the right-of-way for pickup and who do not have debris removal insurance or an adequate debris removal insurance. There are multiple intake centers across the most impacted areas of our community. These locations are the Black Mountain Library, Barnardsville Substation, or Barnardsville Fire Department, Swannanoa Fire and Rescue at the Bee Tree Substation, and the Fairview Library. Again, these intake centers will be closed December 24th, 25th, 31st, and then again on January 1st. But if you want to fill out an online application anytime, you can visit buncombeready.org. Now some important information for farmers and ranch hands. North Carolina farmers and ranch hands whose tools or equipment were damaged by Helene may be eligible for disaster assistance to replace disaster damaged essential tools, supplies, equipment, and items required for your job or self-employment. What can be covered? Tractors, plows, seeders, planters, harvesters, sprayers, hay balers, and utility vehicles. Items must have been damaged by the disaster, cannot be replaced, and were not covered by insurance. Ranch hands may qualify for assistance if the tools and equipment required by your employer or for education were damaged. Apply online at disasterassistance.gov or by calling 1-800-621-3362, or you can apply in person at the Asheville Mall Disaster Recovery Center. An update on the Helene Recovery Housing Assistance grants, which closed yesterday. We received over 6,000 total applications for funding. They are being processed for application management by Health and Human Services, and Health and Human Services staff will begin review of applications on December 23rd. Applicants will hear from staff on a rolling basis. And as I understand, checks will begin to get cut on Monday, hopefully. Community continues to use our community care stations, which provide showers, laundry, bottled water, and other resources. These are open every day from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., except for the holiday closures that we mentioned earlier. And these are available in the most impacted communities: Morgan Hill Baptist Church, Bethel United Methodist, Owen Pool, and the Fairview Ingalls by Reynolds High School. And we just want to take a little bit of time to thank everyone who helped to get critical information out in the aftermath of the storm. Since before the storm, Communications and Public Engagement team produced 64 community briefings to inform the public and answer media questions. At the start of this complex incident, we provided briefings twice a day, every day for several days, including weekends. We've heard countless feedback from you that these briefings, which were broadcast on the radio and advertised via signage throughout the community, sometimes on handwritten cardboard signs, were so helpful, and oftentimes the only way that many were able to hear about their community in the aftermath of the storm. Quickly after the storm, the county enacted the One Buncombe Call Center, which has since answered almost 21,000 calls since its inception, with the help of the Chagrin Valley Dispatch from Ohio and county staff as well in the early days. Now the One Buncombe Call Center is staffed by county staff, and they are triaging a new kind of call, different types of calls, and they can still be reached if you need assistance, including safe, warm shelter. And the One Buncombe Call Center can be reached at 828-250-6100. While the information is still changing rapidly, we are still here with you, our friends and neighbors, providing accurate and timely information and coordination of community response and need. We know that some of you might wonder why we are repeating these resources over and over again, but we do this because we know that folks have a lot going on, and the intake of important information can be difficult when you're dealing with many challenges. First community briefings hosted by the county's communication team and communication and public engagement team occurred before the storm and were and still are provided in Spanish by our bilingual communication specialists. And they also continue to be interpreted in Spanish and ASL. Thanks to all of the people behind the scenes making that happen. Each briefing has been adapted daily into over 80 press releases, social media posts, phone alerts, thousands of printed resource handouts delivered by our engagement side of the team, many hundreds of answered questions via our various platforms, website updates, and more. And all of this work is carried out by real people, your friends and neighbors from our very own community right here in Buncombe County. From the beginning, vital resources and now friends from all over the country have been a part of this effort, from visiting PIOs to deployed USAR teams. And we are still here in the Buncombe County Emergency Operations Center serving our community. And you are still here with us, partnering to provide factual and accurate information, cutting through misinformation, and serving as an extension of this response in your own way, in your capacity as a trusted messenger in your community. Thank you for your help in listening and using this information to actually help someone who can use it. County staff, volunteers, and community members left their homes, often damaged by the storm, and their families and loved ones to respond to one of the worst natural disasters this community has ever seen. And for that, we want to say thank you. Your efforts and dedication does not go unnoticed. And as we move forward in the recovery phase, we want to acknowledge that the face of this response will change as the needs of our community continue to evolve. It is our commitment to you that we will adapt this response and the way we show up to meet the unique needs of our community, from Black Mountain to Sandy Mush. This is not a one-size-fits-all response, and we need your continued engagement to help move our community forward in productive ways as we head into short and long-term recovery. So for now, as we go into the holidays, we want to say thank you to the staff, volunteers, survivors, and remind you that you are not alone. The holidays can be tough, even during normal times, but we're not in normal times. It's okay to not feel okay. We've all been through a lot, and some have lost so much. And we know that everyone's experience in relation to this disaster is truly unique. Please access help if you need it. Free mental health resources are available, and they include Disaster Distress Helpline that can be reached at 1-800-985-5990 for 24/7 crisis counseling after a natural disaster or an emergency. 988 Crisis Line. You can call, text, or chat 988 for immediate support from trained counselors. Peer Warm Line. Reach out to 1-855-PEERS-NC, and that number is 1-855-733-7762 for 24/7 non-clinical support from peer support specialists. There's also the Hope for NC Helpline. First responders and volunteers can call 1-855-587-3463 for a free confidential mental health support. And lastly, but I'm sure there are many other resources, Some Things for Teens. Connect with certified peer support specialists or get therapy referrals at somethings.com/North Carolina. And we want you to know that you are a valued community member, a valued member of this resilient community. And speaking of resiliency, our small business community could really use your help during this time. If you're in the holiday spirit, we want to encourage you to support local businesses during your holiday shopping. If you're able to spend your money locally, this will help to revitalize local businesses and artists who are deeply impacted by the storm. And with that, we will now hear remarks from Asheville City Manager, Deborah Campbell.
Thank you, Stacy, and good morning. As was stated, my name is Deborah Campbell, and I serve as the City Manager of Asheville. I want to start by thanking the county for allowing me to be here this morning. The City of Asheville doesn't normally provide updates on Thursdays, but they are giving me the opportunity to share some reflections and a message of hope for the coming year. We are on day 85 of our emergency response and recovery efforts. As we close out this challenging year, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything our community has endured, accomplished, and learned together. Well, it won't be everything. It'll be highlights. Helene challenged us in ways we never expected, but it also highlighted the unwavering dedication and resilience within our community. But with every challenge came an opportunity to rise, and rise we did. We as a community stepped up with extraordinary dedication, creativity, and compassion. We saw it in our city departments, neighborhoods, business districts, and partner organizations, and other governmental agencies. Here are some highlights of our efforts. The emergency response during and immediately after the storm included 1,000 evacuations, 140 rescues, more than 1,000 miles searched for victims. Interagency teams, coupled with volunteers, sprung into action to set up 5 points of water and food distribution, 2 community care stations, and supported 48 focus areas of the city for direct delivery to address the immediate needs of people in our most vulnerable communities. Several thousands of flyers with daily updates and information on services were handed out door to door and posted on windows in buildings early on after the event, when very few had access to electricity or the internet. 3.9 million bottles and 1 liter cartons of drinking water were handed out at our distribution and community care station sites, as well as over 22,000 gallons of potable water, 260,000 gallons of non-potable water, 252,000 meals ready to eat, and 2,900 blankets. To date, over 1,000 residential and commercial structures have been assessed for damages, and over 200,000 cubic yards of storm debris has been collected. Almost all city services have been restored, with the exception of access to some of our city parks, greenways, and other recreational facilities. And yes, we want to provide access to these facilities as soon as possible, but we kindly ask residents to avoid attempting to clean up storm debris in city parks, greenways, and other public areas, and entering these facilities when they are posted as closed. Through the Herculean efforts of water resources staff, in partnership with private contractors and staff from many other communities, non-potable water was restored to our community in 21 days, and potable water in 52 days after the storm. Considering the enormous damage that was done to our water system, to achieve this milestone within this time frame was truly an extraordinary accomplishment. The City Council has approved approximately $4.7 million in funding allocations to support rental assistance, home repair, emergency shelter, and small business grants to be administered by a variety of community-based organizations. To further support our minority and women-owned businesses, or MWBE, the Asheville Business Inclusion Office has been working directly with city contractors to ensure connections are made. To date, 5 NWBEs have been hired by Ashbrit, the storm debris removal contractor, and additional MWBEs were contracted to provide catering and laundry for our frontline workers during the initial weeks after Helene. Yesterday, the city hosted an event with Ashbrit for business owners to provide resources and process information on how to engage further with this company for additional storm debris removal contracting opportunities. This is only the beginning of the city's work to connect business owners with city contractors for contracting opportunities. Neighborhood organizations and nonprofits from across Asheville also played a key role in our response with the mutual aid and support that they provided for the community. Their efforts were impactful, admirable, and exemplified the compassion and resilience of our city. It is this spirit of unity and care that makes Asheville such a special place to live and work. The city is committed to building back better. We will continue to strengthen our city's infrastructure, support economic recovery, and ensure city values remain at the center of our recovery and growth. We invite the community to stay informed through this recovery journey. You can subscribe to a weekly newsletter and share your questions through the Asheville Recovers Engagement Hub. Both can be found at publicinput.com/Asheville Recovers. And now looking forward to 2025. To the mayor, city council, our local, state, and federal partners, every employee and resident of Asheville, thank you. Your efforts, compassion, and resilience has carried us through one of the most difficult years in recent memory. But I especially want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude to our city employees. They work tirelessly to restore essential services, support emergency operations, and ensure the continuity of our city's operations. Many of them put the needs of the community above their own. And for that, I am so grateful for their efforts and to be a part of this extraordinary team. And I've heard from many others in the community that they are profoundly grateful as well for your efforts. As we look towards 2025, I want our community to hold on to hope. Hope in the strength of our community and the progress we've already made, and hope in the promise of better days to come. Together, we will build back better. With deepest gratitude and hope for the new year ahead. Thank you. Turn it back over to the county.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. And now we will hear about a tremendous example of mobilizing resources to support our local business community. I'd like to introduce Noah Wilson, Director of Sector Development with Mountain BizWorks. Thanks, Noah.
Thank you. So on behalf of Mountain BizWorks, I am honored to announce the first round of awards from the Asheville Buncombe Rebuilding Together Grant Fund. We have been able to support with this first round 276 small businesses with $3.69 million in grant funding, made possible by a community collaborative of funders and partners working to support local businesses through the Helene disaster. Major fundings from, pardon me. There we go. Major funding has been provided by Buncombe County and the city of Asheville, along with the Asheville Area Chamber of Commerce's Mountain Strong Fund and the Mountain BizWorks WNC Strong Fund, representing hundreds of generous donations from local, regional, and national contributors. Mountain BizWorks is the grant administrator, and I've been honored to help lead this team making these grants. Applications to this grant program alone reported $215 million in combined physical damages and economic losses due to Hurricane Helene, with 843 applications, requesting $18 million in funds to help rebuild their businesses. These are our friends and neighbors. Numbers can tell one story, but the reality is each of these is an individual, a family, a community of their own that needed funding, needs funding today. These numbers tell one story. Another big story is that Buncombe County went from the lowest unemployment rate in the state to one of the highest. That truly highlights the need for additional federal and state resources to ensure our businesses have the support they need to recover and thrive. The fund is providing grants to $25,000 to local Buncombe County-based small businesses that experienced severe impacts from Hurricane Helene. These range from single employee sole proprietorships to well-known restaurants, manufacturers, and retailers employing dozens of people. Most businesses in our community are very small businesses, but it's been remarkable to realize how much some of our most iconic employers in the county also need help. Companies seeking to retain and rehire local employees were prioritized in this program, and these funds will support 2,935 local positions, including helping to bring back 1,035 local jobs. 71% of these awards were businesses with less than 10 employees, which has 10 or fewer employees, I should say. These grant awards reflect the diversity that makes Asheville and Buncombe County a vibrant local small business economy. The businesses funded, 79% of awards went to underserved small businesses, including those owned by women, entrepreneurs of color, or low-income individuals. The grants support rebuilding and reopening costs, including cleanup, placing lost inventory, temporary potable water solutions, paying their employees, and more. it's wonderful to be able to award $3.7 million businesses in our community. And demand was more than 5 times the funding available. We continue to raise funds alongside all of our partners. We're very grateful to the city of Asheville and to Buncombe County for being as creative as they can to find funding. The Chamber of Commerce has brought in hundreds of donations again from private businesses, donors, foundations. It's just a big community lift. And as more funds come in, continue to make grants, and this is the first round of funding. Alongside the funding for grants, I want to note that Mountain BizWorks has been able to provide almost $21 million rapid recovery lending to 351 Buncombe County businesses. We know this winter is going to be a challenging time for everyone across our community. We want to make sure business owners are aware of these additional funding resources, as well as coaching, training, and classes, and simply just support and someone to talk to. It's what we do. It's what all of our partners do. We're grateful to be part of an amazing small business support community here in the county and Western North Carolina. To contribute to ongoing business recovery, you can donate to the Asheville Area Chamber of Commerce's Mountain Strong for Business Recovery Fund or the WNC Strong Regional Initiative. And information on a range of small business recovery resources that's been collated into one place can be found at WNCstrongtogether.org. Again, thank you for allowing us to run this program and for all the work our community is doing here in the county and the city speak about their efforts. Really kind of puts the point on how much this is a collaborative effort to make it possible. Much appreciated, y'all.
Thank you, Noah. So now we will open it up to any questions from members of the media who are on a separate Zoom call. In the meantime, Angelica, anything? No?
Stacy, I've got a question for you. John Boyle, Asheville Watchdog. This is from a reader. I don't know if you would know this, but y'all do run the county dump. So somebody asked, they've heard a rumor that Waste Pro is taking all of the old trash cans and dumping them at the Buncombe County dump. Have you heard that, or do you know if that's accurate or inaccurate?
I have not heard that being reported at all on any of our portals or from our solid waste team.
Okay. And then here's another one. This is probably rumor mill, but somebody said that the county will be burning debris to get rid of it, and that the EPA will have to monitor this. Does the county have any plans to burn debris?
I'm not aware of any plans for burning debris from the Corps of Engineers or Ashbrit. I do know that there are some municipalities that do have, that are burning debris. And I think Weaverville is one of those municipalities that is burning debris.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any additional questions? Okay. Well, as we close out today's briefing, I'm sure you'll chime in if you have another question. I'd like to thank the City of Asheville and Mountain BizWorks for being here today to provide information. We want to wish Kelly Cloak, the PIO for the Asheville Fire Department, a happy retirement after her 28 years of service with the Asheville Fire Department. We wish you the best in your retirement journey. She's been a critical link and a great collaborator in all of our Joint Information Center efforts. So thanks to you, Kelly. A reminder, the Festival of Lights down at Lake Julian is still happening until December 23rd. That event happens from now until December 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. So go check it out if you haven't already. We will not have community briefings next week, but all the information that we shared today and any new important information that might come up will be on housed at buncombeready.org, our social media pages, and you can get updates straight to your phone by texting BC Alert. That's not case sensitive. Text BC Alert to 99411. Thank you for continuing to tune in, and please stay safe over the holiday week.